Girl, come on. Gotta dance to the beat, cause on the dance floor is where we'll meet. Show me what you got. Gotta feel the groove.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the...
Right now the party's wasted. There's nothing much to do. But once the groove gets started, tell me, what do you have to lose? Just look into my eyes, girl, as we glide across the room. And what to my surprise now, the beat takes hold of you. Now if you're feeling like I'm feeling, so come on baby, let's start dealing. Time to get this party started. Ain't no time for the broken hearted. When the rhythm takes hold of you, there's only one thing left to do. Cause the beat is really moving. Time to get your body moving. Gotta get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the...
Tell the DJ play the whispers. Rock steady in the mood. Put on earth, wind, and fire. Tonight we're gonna groove. Show me how you do the four corners. Electric slide or two. Hit the bus stop, I'll do the bunny hop, baby. It's really up to you. Now if you're feeling like I'm feeling, so come on baby, let's start dealing. Time to get this party started. Ain't no time for the broken hearted. When the rhythm takes hold of you, there's only one thing left to do. Cause the beat is really grooving. Time to get your body moving. Gotta get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the...
Now 2020 hasn't been the best year of all times. We've been dealing with death, the pandemic, racism, bad policing, and all the bad rhymes. But like Uncle Snoop once said, if you breathe and you achieve. And so if you're ready, I need you all to get on up. Are you ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Get your butt on the dance floor. 5 and 6 and 7, 8. This jam we appreciate. We're gonna slide and step on the beat. On the dance floor is where we'll be.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up
and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on
the baby, yeah, gotta get on up. Come on, baby, gotta get on up, baby.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up.
Y'all having trouble understanding it? Bad still? If you can hear me within the sound of my voice, give me a thumbs up in the chat right now. Testing 1, 2, 3. So can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Say barely. Well, that's not good. So am I gonna have to add? Alright, so I'm gonna have to likely add my phone to these topics. I don't want to really do that because there was stuff I was trying to share with you all. Or I could do, I don't know what's going on. It's screwing up because I'm in this part of my house where I don't know if it's close to that way. When I'm not in the studio, which honestly works for the streaming purposes, I can actually, when it's more professional, I actually can still hear you, but you know what happens is that sometimes the Wi-Fi is janky in that part of the house, like you have my extension. So that's why I did that, but I'm doing it from the laptop here because I thought you guys could a bit better. But okay, so it says it's audible. All right, let me do this. Let me back out. I'm gonna come back on the phone. All right. All right. Can y'all hear me? Okay, we got an echo. Hold on. All right. All right. Can you all hear me? All right. So that's much better. I apologize. I have no clue what the hell is going on. I try and put my banners in, and let's do this. So I had a bunch of topics I wanted to talk about, and now I know I'm having an issue with this. I'm probably gonna go in my room because I had the banners made. And I want to show you what different topics we were going to talk about. So hold on, give me another second, guys. All right, we're gonna do this properly. People making lists, buying special gifts. It's time to be kind to one and all. It's that one the friends are dear, and you like to find a way to show the things that words can't say. Why don't you give love on Christmas Day? On Christmas Day, every little child on Santa's knee has room for your love underneath his tree. I know I'm singing in different keys. It's Christmas in July, folks. I got to think of something to keep cool. I like to love on Christmas Day. No greater gift you don't know. Smiling on hello everywhere. There's an air of Christmas joy. It's that once a year when good friends deal and you wish you find a way to show the thing that words can't say. Why don't you? Y'all don't sing the lyrics, then I'm gonna keep on singing. I'm gonna switch to different keys. It's gonna be bad. Give love on Christmas Day. Christmas Day. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Bossa Queenie. No greater gift is better than love. What the world needs is love. Yes, the world needs your love. Why don't you give love on Christmas Day? On Christmas Day. Tom, Dick, and Harry, and Susie too need love every day as much as you. All right, I'm done. All right, so let's get to the topics. I want to get to this right now. Uh, in This is the first thing I want to start with. In all seriousness, now shout out to Nicole because I was saying I was on her show earlier, and we were talking about this sad situation that's came out of Georgia with Izzy Scott. Now, what I was talking about earlier when I went to blackenterprise.com, they had this story up about Izzy. And what happened is that little Izzy Scott was a 4-year old who apparently drowned in in the pool by of his instructor. Now, by all intents and purposes, what they're saying here is that your Izzy Scott, it seems like it was an accidental drowning. But there's even more that meets the eye with this story that has people scratching their heads. There's actually a petition right now on change.org that I'm going to pull up here where they're asking for an investigation into what happened with Israel Scott. So hold on, I just had this up. This is not going to this. Now, I've been on change.org, some of their petitions. A lot of stuff is frivolous, but sometimes they even do a lot of other things. So this is Justice for Israel Scott. I'm going to put the link here, and I want everybody to go to the change.org. I want you to look at this because this seems legit, okay? So what they're asking for is justice for Israel Scott. There's been over 16,205 signatures where they're asking ultimately that the case should be thoroughly investigated to ensure another family doesn't have to go through this and the family receive the answers they deserve. Izzy's life mattered. Izzy's death has touched so many, and the family has received several messages asking how they could be a part of this. Would you join the family to raise awareness, seek justice for Izzy, and find closure? We are asking for the prosecutor to successfully present this to a grand jury. Please sign a petition, help get the word out. Write letters to the district attorney's office. Donate to the GoFundMe. Right. So the press release report said while there may be some form of negligence, it's determined that the case lacks sufficient evidence to prove criminal negligence. Now, let's talk about what happened. Apparently, I put the link here in the chat. Everybody can hear me? So that's the link to change.org. What happened about a couple weeks ago, Izzy Scott was doing some swimming lessons with this instructor, and her name is, and I'm wondering why did this thing drop? Okay, so that's little Israel, okay? Cute kid. Cute baby. And so this happened back on June 14th. So last month, he was attending his second supervised swimming lesson before the tragic incident occurred at a residential pool on June 14th. So this was at someone's residence. The county deputies arrived on the scene at 11 a.m. that Tuesday, and they were informed that the toddler was found unresponsive in a pool before a nurse on the scene performed CPR. First responders transported him to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. On June 15th, Dory Scott, Israel's mother, posted an emotional message on Facebook along with a series of happy and energetic photos of her late son. She says, "My heart has been ripped out of my chest. I can't believe that I will never see my baby boy again. Cherish every moment with your babies and hug them tight because you never know. I would have never imagined that I would only get 4 years with my little man. My life will never be the same." Now, she recalled that her son was, quote, nervous when she signed him up for a week of swim lessons last month, but he was also excited to start his journey, according to the Shade Room. Scott told the outlet that the instructor, Lexi Currington Tenhuson, didn't allow parents to sit in on swimming lessons, so she waited in the car for the first 2 days. Now, she said that a lady comes and knocks on my window. She recounted on that grim day. I'm sitting in the car and she's come get your baby. And when she said that, she said it kind of rude like. Then I looked at her face and I just saw like tears in her eyes. So initially I knew something was wrong and I just started screaming. No foul play has been suspected. According to Burke County Sheriff's Office Captain Jimmy Wilds, an investigation into whether criminal negligence was involved in Israel's death is ongoing. Per the Shade Room, the family has hired Lee Merritt to represent them in this situation. And, they said that the family was refunded their money by the instructor for the week's lessons, but she offered no apologies in the wake of the devastating tragedy. As such, Currington Tenhuson has removed both her business and personal Facebook pages as a result of this incident. Now, I actually have, and someone has a picture, it was all trending on Twitter, of Lexi Currington Tenhuson. Let's see if I can pull that up. Now, this is her here. Now, they marked her Instagram private. I don't know if this is actually her, but it's marked private, and you see someone obviously swimming in like somebody swimming off on the beach. You see a log right there. I don't know, probably in a lake or something. But I'm gonna assume that's her. That's her picture right there. That's Lexi. That's the picture that I saw. And you see little pictures since I put that in of baby Scott because he is a baby. And this is the shade room here. I'm sorry, I still had to I had to do the stop. I had to share. Now, as I was saying, okay. So I had pictures of her here and her Twitter page, but okay, why is this? Take this thing down. I hate when they do this shit when you actually text, put the thing in that you want, and now they don't share the story with you because this is the story. I put click read more, and then this pops up. All right, so I'm getting tired of this crap. But as I was saying, this was the picture I had here. Okay, so sorry. All right, as I was saying earlier, this is Israel Scott. This is Lexi. This is the woman who gave him swim lessons, Lexi. And according to what Nicole was saying, she stated that Israel's older sister had actually worked with Lexi Currington in Houston, which is why he did swim lessons. Now, it is not weird or out of the ordinary that anybody would do swimming lessons with, at this time, especially as it's the summer. A lot of parents want their children to learn, like I'm sure uh, is his mother Dory and his father. I don't know who his father's name is, but they wanted their child obviously to learn how to swim, and it's not out in the ordinary that kids take swimming lessons even at age. I started taking swimming lessons when I was about 5, 6 years old. We started learning how to swim. My mother was confident because we live in New Orleans, and in New Orleans when we have flooding and so forth, hurricanes. My mom always tells me the story of what she remembered when Hurricane Betsy came and how she had to wade in the water with her cousins. And you all couldn't see her face, but this was her here. Okay, that's her here. Now she's disabled her private accounts. It looks like her personal and business pages on Facebook. I would too. Hell, you after something like this, ain't no way you ain't not gonna get any peace. Like that's just not gonna happen. But uh, as of right now, the family, of course, they want answers to this. I'm not familiar with Georgia law as to its criminal negligence, what its statute says on that. In order to prove murder, you have to be able to prove that a person intent. You have to prove what's called intent. You have to also prove physical act, and I don't think that evidence exists. But I don't know if there is evidence that exists either of that, or that it didn't happen. You know, to just say, come get your child and not hurry up and tell her to call the ambulance, to call the authorities to get them, that sounds odd. Uh, I can tell you also emphatically, guys, that whenever my parents had me do swim lessons with, for instance, I did swim lessons with private individuals, but I also did them with a camp, local camp that we had out here, Gaines out in New Orleans. It doesn't exist anymore, but I used to do summer camp with them, and I can tell you emphatically, when I had swimming lessons, either my mother and my father were present at all times, and they did not allow me to go anywhere with anybody they did not know that was unsupervised. I had to go many times if I was swimming. Me and my brother, we had an adult that was there. If it was my mother, most of the times it would be my mother because my father, I think, would be at work. So, and sometimes he would come, and we usually would do it on a Saturday. So there may have been times when he was off that he was there, but my folks looked out for me. And there's no way if in the world on this earth that if I were taking swimming lessons, I would leave my child unattended, let alone at their age. Now, as I told Nicole, I have seen videos. There have been videos of little babies that swim in the water because I guess they have a little buoyancy. I don't know. At that age, they're used to being in fluid, but I think it was on Inside Edition where they had the little baby swimming in the pool, and an instructor or his mom was there with him. And yeah, this is it here. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go, go, go.
Look at this. Now the mother is there, but when you see it, hold on, I'm sorry. Look at this.
Good job. Are you all done? Okay. Do you want to
Get
swim
me
to
out of
the
here. Get out of here, damn it.
Go, 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 go. You can do it. You can do it. Go, go, go.
This just makes me nervous.
I can't believe she made it across the pool. Good job, Elizabeth. You made it across the pool. Good job. Again? You want to do that again?
Damn. Now this is a baby. Look, look. And I don't own the video, all rights to the copyright. I don't know this, but there's look. I'm gonna stop there. Y'all should take your kids to get swimming lessons. It doesn't matter who is taught by. Now, well, let me stay corrected. It does matter who is taught by, and I wouldn't say not do it because the kids would be the only black. Because you know what? If you can be there and be, and watch, I don't see an issue with it. Danielle, I see what you're saying. And look, there are black swimming instructors you could use. I know I know one locally here. I don't know if he still does it, but it's in the New Orleans area, Danielle. But I mean, they got to learn how to do this stuff because one of the oldest stereotypes that says black people can't swim. And that's stuff we need to crush right then and there. We need to learn stuff like that, basic survival skills. No matter who it comes from, soak up the information that you need. If you got to work with people that you may not be comfortable with, or work with people that may be open enemy, here's the thing: you still have to live in a world where you got to work around some of these people. And if there's a wealth of information that they can give you, it's just like what happened in the story with, uh, I'm trying to think of the story, the movie The Banker, where great movie with Anthony Mackie when he learned about baking and so forth. He had to have a white boy. He and Samuel Jackson, their characters, they had a white boy that was a proxy for them so that they could purchase the building in Los Angeles that they own. And they knew that in order to succeed, they had to do stuff like this in order to get there. Now, to get what they wanted, the ultimate goal. Yeah, they come in with the knowledge of swimming. They swim in fluid. There was a twin sperm accident. I didn't even know there was. What's going on, DeAndre? Oh, yeah. I'm seeing this now. This was 8 hours ago. All westbound lanes are currently closed. So this was this morning. Luckily, I didn't have to go that way. I didn't know anything about it. Well, my understanding again is that her daughter had taken lessons with this woman. So it could be just a tragic accident. You don't know if Israel had any undiagnosed health problems. If there were, it would have to be based off what the autopsy report would show. If he had a seizure of some sorts, that could have happened. But in order for him to have drowned, still the problem is that you had to have he would have had to have gotten and been in that pool for a long time, depending on the amount of water that was in his lungs in order for him to drown. If the cause of death was drowning, how long was he in that pool? And where was she at that time? And that's the key to ask. And the other thing is, apparently also her son, who she listed as an employee, I'm hearing there were complaints about her. If you read the Black Enterprise article, about him in particular not being there, her not paying attention. So she definitely, and here's the other aspect of that, she has opened herself up to a big ass lawsuit by this family for something like this. Their family can actually sue her, and she could never be a swim instructor, probably will never be able to do swimming lessons again. Likely wouldn't, because she could never, if it's a significant amount, she sues her insurance company as well as her company and her personally and her son. They wouldn't have enough, they would be finished. Their career already, just being associated with that incident, they are, that has ruined their business. But the end, this story is not over with. In fact, my understanding too is that she gave the money back, refunded them in a little card, but never apologized for what happened. So we definitely, and I will take a look at this change.org petition. I want you all to go there. I put it in the chat. Go into change.org. We are not going to let this little boy's death slide. We want answers. We want to know what happened to Izzy Scott. Rest in peace, little king. God bless you. God bless your family. Rest in power. Okay. Real tragic story. Real tragic. Are you talking about karate? Oh, absolutely. I have my instructor as well. I'll send him too. But the only thing is you'd have to come out to New Orleans if you're willing to do that. Yeah, her homeowners and business insurance would have to pay for that. But rest in again. I really feel, and I look at this. This hurts me to see this little kid not here anymore. Look at him. He's a handsome little fella. He was gonna drive all the girls wild. But rest in power, little king. We love you. Go to change.org and look at that petition, guys. All right. Let's move on, guys. We're gonna move on to this now. I gotta talk about this story. So your Bill Gates, his daughter, I believe her name is Phoebe, is in a relationship with, it appears to be a brother. And some photos of her with her boyfriend, and I don't know the brother's name. And it says it's rumored, but some photos of her and her new man have gone viral. And this, of course, has opened the gateway for the trolls. Now, that's his youngest daughter, and this is her new man. This was up in Seattle, which would make sense because that's where Bill Gates is from. Now she's 19 years old. She said some photos of the young man kissing her on the cheek with 2 red heart emojis at the bottom right-hand corner. Although it's unclear if the couple is indeed dating or who the young man is, users on social media have speculated that the young man is on the come up for being associated with the daughter of Bill Gates. Bill Gates is the second richest man in America with over 124 billion net worth. The news about the alleged couple was humorous to many users who believed the young man would become wealthy by dating Bill's youngest daughter. Somebody wrote this. Bill Gates' daughter handsome.
I can feel the power. Yes. Yeah. Light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up.
I don't want a copyright strike. When Phoebe Gates' boyfriend get added to the joint checking account. Oh, my boy gonna be doing some shopping. The motherfucker gonna look like Bruno Mars and Mark Ronson in that Uptown Funk video. Right to Harlem, Hollywood, Jackson, Mississippi. We're gonna show up, show enough. Shoot it in the best while skipping.
We gon' do your bad. I get no nigga.
Somebody wrote, Sirius Morgan wrote, get the bag, young man. Get the fucking bag. Get the bag. I'm going to address that in a little bit, DeAndre. But yeah, of course, and Phoebe, of course, being like her dad, she's voiced her opposition to the Roe v. Wade ruling, although it's not a Roe v. Wade ruling, it's the Dobbs versus Jackson's women's health ruling. Of course, she supports Planned Parenthood, ban off our bodies, because as you know, Bill Gates' family, his mother was one of the founders of Planned Parenthood. She was on the board of Mary Maxwell Gates. This is Bill Gates's mommy, his mother, that was involved with a lot of that stuff. Now, she was the creator of IBM. She was involved with IBM. Of course, just like her daddy, I'm going to support population control. But a lot of people, some of them were upset. People, of course, trolling her with racist remarks. Somebody wrote, Bill Gates about to make a whole new virus just to end this relationship. Who would have thought that with the ongoing climate crisis, Bill Gates' daughter would partake in smoking? Oh, God. Oh God. Well, here's the thing. White women marry. I've seen black athletes before. White women that marry black athletes, a la the Kardashians, they get obviously a come up, and no one in mainstream media would dare say they're trying to get a jackpot or get a come up. Now, yeah, she showed off her body on Instagram and on Twitter because she's opposed to this decision in the Supreme Court. Somebody wrote, Bill Gates' daughter got a black boyfriend. I hope they get married. We finna get reparations one way or another. if she doesn't, if she don't make him sign a prenup, if they get married, and who's to say they're gonna get married? But what y'all think about this? My thing is this: Phoebe Gates has a black. Oh, I'm looking at this. Phoebe Gates has a black boyfriend. Young brother, do not pull out. Be great. Oh man, yeah, she's part of the pro-choice campaign. My whole thing, what do y'all think of this? See, my whole thing with it, people, especially she's young, and I guess this brother is a young man too. I mean, they're in the top peak of their life right now, where they're going to be dating and see the world. And she sees, I don't know what the young man does, if he goes to school with her or what, but they're dating, they're young. And somebody wrote that Bill Gates about to unleash a whole. I'm just like, I'm laughing at these comments. I ain't gonna lie. The cold joke got me. The cold remark comment got me with climate change. But here's the thing. Yeah, she's 19 years old. I don't see them getting married at 19. I mean, it happens, but I don't think they're gonna necessarily get married. I don't know her relationship and life like that. Who knows? She might snag. She might snag old boy Michael B. Jordan since Lori Harvey dropped him. Someone wrote, "Is she doing this to annoy her father?" I don't know. I don't know. They just posted and showed the remarks, and of course, it looked like, uh, and black people sometimes we do cut up, but other times I don't see. Who knows if these were black people who actually was tweeting this stuff too? Because we have white supremacist trolls who will tweet things with black avatars, just like you had that white boy who went in with a black mask, a black person's mask to make it look like he robbed the bank as an African American, when it turns out he was wearing a mask and he was white. And who knows? And I'm looking at this because are they going to make us the face against interracial dating now? Because they put that remark up about how they're facing racist comments about their relationship. But the thing too is when you're a public figure or you are the child of a public figure, a la Bill Gates, who in some situation to some people is not very popular, is a many people believe to be part of a global cabal to shrink the population, a psychopath or sociopath, I should say, and I say alleged. A lot of people will make remarks, and being that you are his daughter, you would fall into that. Not to say that it's right or it's wrong. I'm I have no idea if she's trying to annoy her father. She could be, and who knows? I mean, even the Rothschilds, one of the Rothschilds is married to a black person. Now, I don't know if they have anything to do with the family necessarily. And this is Bill Gates' mother, by the way. That was Bill Gates' mother. That's his father. I had said Bill Gates' mother. I apologize. It was actually Bill Gates' father that was involved with uh, Planned Parenthood. Yeah, according to this. Says here Gates Sr. sits on a number of boards, including serving as co-chair for the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. He was also heavily involved in Planned Parenthood. According to CPBS, he raised $2.68 billion in 8 years serving on boards for the University of Washington, according to the university's website. So I stand corrected, but they were all involved in it. In fact, how Bill Gates got rich was because of his mom, because she helped her son secure a contract with IBM. They invested into Microsoft. Yeah, he was. That's what I was saying, Ladybug. Nah. Let's move on. Bill Gates gonna be spamming his Google account with ads to stop data. Stop. Bill Gates is gonna unleash a new virus. Y'all think? You ain't gonna see nothing yet. I don't know about that. Stop it. Let's go to. Let me show you something because you asked me, DeAndre, a point about did I see Swollen Martin out at Essence Fest? Yeah, I saw him stepping. I was stepping out. You know, it was the Isley brothers. I stepped on out. And let me just say right now, what happened. I'm gonna show you this picture that I had here. Hold on one second. Now I took some pictures. Now before I get to the picture, I was talking out. Hold on one second. Another new version of Coco. Yeah, we got the bootleg version of Coco. Now you're gonna do. We're gonna have. There was monkeypox. There's chickenpox. Now there's gonna be whale pox. You're gonna leak. Something gonna happen, huh? Now look at this. I took a picture of this. Now Essence Fest was on Hulu. Now that's Lil Kim, and for a second I thought Tony Braxton got stung by a bee and an allergic reaction. Now look at that. Doesn't that not look like Tony? I was like, damn, what happened to Tony Braxton? And then all of a sudden, I saw that little, she was rapping, whoa, 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 sexy ladies. Oh, shit. That's Lil Kim. But let me show y'all. Let's get back to Beat Broly. So I shared this with Jason Black because Jason was actually looking for Broly. And right there, when Ron Isley was doing his Mr. Big, there we see Beat Broly. He looked like one of those dancers Lizzo had for the BET Awards. You know, ban his No, you know what's gonna happen? He's gonna hack his Hotmail account and put all types of spam stuff in it. Probably gonna send him all types of porno shit that's in there. A massacre in a village somewhere and say he was part of it. You inquired about this shit and frame him. I don't know. Might put kitty porn in the spam. I don't know, man. I'm not joking about that because that's serious, but you know, you make me want to shout, hit my hands up and shout, throw my hands up and shout, hit my hands up and shout, way, baby, 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 hey, baby, baby, hey, 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 jump up and shout now, come on and shout now, come on, shout now, come on and shout now, a little bit louder, but now, a little bit louder now. Come on, shout, 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 shout. I want you to know. Say, I want you to know. Let me stop. Let me stop. Jump up and shout now. 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 Beat up and shout, 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 shout. Let me stop, yo. Let's move. Now this is an interesting story and development from the last time. Remember an animal? They could have had him in Animal House. He could have played Otis Day. He could be Otis. He'd have been Frito Lay. Frito Lays. Frito Lays and the dips. All right. So this is an interesting story. You know that I have talked about what happened with your Lil Kim, I said Lil Kim, with Chelsea Lucas. And it's some new information that's come out with regards to this. So a couple of days ago, Chelsea Lucas, it was reported right here. Chelsea Lucas last week was fired uh, by Grambling about 5 days ago, back on Wednesday, claiming that she had gotten rid of, dismissed Grambling volleyball players without giving them, reason why. And of course, they were fired without, they were cut, losing their scholarships, some of whom had actually came from out of state to join Grambling and were out of scholarships, and as such, didn't have access to, wasn't going to be able to actually continue to remain at school. And Lucas actually was a coach over at Arkansas Pine Bluff from, looks like 2019 or to 2021, and was a Grambling player back in the 2005 2006 season. She was actually a defensive player of the year for the Grambling volleyball team. So she's an alumnus there, and not a bad looking woman. But recently, some new information has come to light where she has claimed that she was set up by Grambling officials. Now, trying to pull it up right here. Why is this? I had bookmarked this. I'm sorry. I apologize, guys. I bookmarked this damn thing. So Lucas cut 19 scholarship players in total, replacing them with new players who, in some instances, followed her from her previous job at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff, where she set up a losing record over 3 seasons as a head volleyball coach. Because of the timing of the roster moves, many of the Grambling players were left without an opportunity to find another school that would give them a scholarship to play for. So that was a problem. So we know that back then, Lucas had stated in a statement that she was muzzled by the university throughout her controversial employment and was now free to speak. She claimed that the termination that came just days after I had requested, the termination came after days she had requested a meeting with the president to discuss the way she had been treated in recent weeks by the athletic director. She said, quote, the AD, without my knowing in advance, was invited to this meeting with the president, and the AD was visibly upset of my complaints during my meeting with the president. And today I was informed that he was the one who recommended my termination. I will be working with my attorney to prepare a response and believe that my side of the story will demonstrate that what happened to me today was neither right nor just. Now, I hate quoting from The Root. This is not the article that I had. This is not the, oh goodness. Now that's her here. She's a Homo native. But she actually just recently stated that there was a calculated plan to fire her. Okay, so here's, I guess this was from a different website. This is from the Black Enterprise. So this is today. So this is brand new news today. I just saw this. You heard me bring it to you first. That Chelsea Lucas was set up, this is what she's claiming, by the administration at Grambling. She said, we had some happy people that were celebrating and congratulating me, but we also had some other ones that just had a plan to make sure I didn't get the job or make sure that I got fired, she shared in a Friday interview with 24/7 Sports' Carl Reed. Regardless of what happened, and this is before anybody ever got released from the team, there was a calculated plan to get me fired. Lucas went on to detail that the only reason she found out about the plan was because a current volleyball player approached her and came clean. She alleges that a student athlete she had previously coached was the mastermind behind the scheme to get her removed because of past personal issues, and that she never had 19 players to cut to begin with. When it was first announced that I had gotten the job, there were previous athletes that I had coached that came together with student athletes that were on the Grambling volleyball team. And they, I would say, got together and had a plan to get me fired, she asserted. That's not all. She also claimed that at Grambling Director of Athletes, Dr. Trevion Scott, pressured her to get rid of all of them because they wanted a win. She claims, I met with 14 girls on the day that we had our end of the year meetings. On April the 4th, I met with them. There were girls that I gave them reasons why you will no longer be a part of the Grambling volleyball program. And there were student athletes that I asked, I want you to be part of this program. This is your decision. I want you to come in and help me build a winning program here. She alleges that the parents and third parties added fuel to the fire. Additionally, she felt she was wronged by the university's investigation since she was never interviewed nor given a reason for her termination. For them to treat me as if I'm nothing, and I'm asking over and over, where's this investigation? What is going on? Give me the reasons. Scott cannot deny that. I've asked over and over again, and then you terminate me all of a sudden that you find something. So that's the end of the quote. So she's claiming that she was pressured by the athletic director, Travion Scott, to get rid of the team. Now, some of you, I can't remember exactly who, posed the question as to whether or not was she really pressured by Grambling athletic directors Travion Scott to do this. That this could have come from high up. Somebody posed that when this was announced a few days ago, and I don't remember exactly who. I think it was it might have been Butterflies who mentioned that, or Boss Queen. I can't remember. Is there a possibility she could have been set up? Now, I have a hard time. See, here's my only problem with the setup thing. She was just recently hired that year. And according to all accounts, what I just read to you, you saw the articles, she had a losing record. So why would Grambling bring her in the first place? I don't know, but I don't know why. But I guess she is a Grambling, by all accounts, a Grambling alum, and probably that went over in the meeting. But I've never heard of a coach firing or getting rid of their entire team just like that before the start of the new season. And she was only the coach of this team, I don't even think, for a year. And she says that she was muzzled. I don't know how she could have been. See, my only problem is that with her statement, what she did, is that when the stuff was coming out back in April, when she was just recently hired, she didn't say anything. And she's alleging the states kept her, the school kept her from speaking. Because you fired the entire staff, you fired the students, and as soon as you come on, and then the student athletes get on and explain what happened and how they approached her and fired her. I'm sorry, fired uh, the students without any clarity. On the flip side of it, so I just have a feeling about it being set up because why would Grambling hire you in the first place? And if they didn't like the hire, the athletic director, it's my understanding, with they hire and bring coaches, the AD is the one who has the authority to do that. That's why he's the athletic director. So Dr. Scott, if he hired Chelsea Lucas, and I don't know if that was pressure from someone up in Grambling to do that, but he actually is the one that gets to fire and hire who he wants. Of course, there is issues. Obviously, if there's a contract agreement that if Miss Lucas had with the school where they had to work with her, had to pay her X amount of dollars and so forth, they may likely still be liable to pay her for any time she missed. She was doing work with this because if she was under contract and there was a contract for a term of several years, then they could be liable for this in a court of law. I think this is an interesting case. So let me pose the question to you all right now on YouTube. If you go to my YouTube channel, and I'm interested in hearing, I'm glad Miss Lucas got her side of the story out. It is important to hear both sides, and she's coming forward alleging that she did no wrong and that she was set up. I would like to see where she based this off on.
Thank you for joining us at your weather station. I'm Christopher.
I'm sorry about that, y'all. Hold on. Okay. So do you think former GSU volleyball coach Elcio Lucas was set up? Give me a yes or no in the poll, ladies and gentlemen. Let me ask y'all. And she's claiming she was set up, involving some of her, looks like a student that was involved. I don't know. But what do y'all think? I have that right now. That question is posed to you. Yeah, so tell me what y'all think. That's the question in the chat. One person says yes. Okay, one person says yes. In the meantime, one person says no, so it's split, so it's going to keep changing. I'm going to get into my final topic, ladies and gentlemen, and this is an interesting case. This pregnant woman, mother who plans to fight a HOV ticket out in Texas because she's claiming that her unborn child is a passenger. Now, everybody knows Dobbs' decision, and of course, and if you have stories like this, and so this comes out in Texas. This was, I believe, in Dallas, if I'm not mistaken. Now, have you been in Dallas? They got a lot of those damn HOV lanes, the carpool lanes. So a pregnant woman in Texas plans to fight a ticket she received for driving in the high occupancy vehicle lane alone, saying the overturn of Roe v. Wade means her unborn child counts as a passenger. The Dallas Morning News first reported the incident involving Brandy Batone, who got a $215 ticket after being pulled over on U.S. Highway 75 South on June 29th. An officer peeked in and asked if she had anyone else in the vehicle. And Boughton told them, I pointed to my stomach and said, my baby girl is right here. She is a person. An officer from the Dallas County Sheriff Department told the Plano, Texas resident, the law states HOV lane users must have at least one passenger in the vehicle, and those passengers must be outside of the body. And then I said, well, I'm not trying to throw a political mix here, but with everything going on with Roe v. Wade, this counts as a baby. She said, this has my blood boiling. How could this be fair? According to the new law, this is a life. HOV lanes are restricted to vehicles carrying 2 or more people, according to the Texas Department of Transportation. Batone plans to fight the ticket as a court date on July 20th. A spokesperson for, now look at these terms when they say anti-abortion. You know, they usually now say pro-life, but when you use words like anti denotes a negative. All right. Texas Alliance for Life said that while the Texas Penal Code does recognize an unborn child as a person, the Texas Transportation Code does not. A child residing in a mother's womb is not taking up an extra seat. And with only one occupant taking up the seat, the car did not meet the criteria needed to drive in that lane. They said the sheriff's department, as well as Planned Parenthood of Greater Texas, declined to comment on Bolton's argument to the Dallas Morning News. So this is what they do for news guys. You see, they know that this is still uh, a hot topic issue. When it comes to abortion, it is still a hotly contested issue. And so mainstream media or lamestream media likes to get news stories that actually just have no damn meaning, no relevancy, stuff like this, because it's in the wake of this overturn of Roe v. Wade. Now, let me correct even Ms. Bolton with this. When we say a law, what the Supreme Court did was render a decision. Supreme Court decisions are not laws. A Supreme Court's decision is a ruling, and its ruling does have, it is the interpretation of law. So it does have an effect on our laws. However, if we want laws changed, we have to go to Congress or you have to go to your local state legislature and get those changed. And yeah, it's homegirl pushing that, probably, and it's a ticket. It's a $125 ticket, but the Texas Code of Transportation versus their penal code is different. So, for instance, if you happen to be a drunk driver and you hit a woman who's pregnant and you kill her, or even if you don't kill her, but you kill her baby, the state here in Louisiana, they could actually charge you with feticide. That has actually happened. Now, of course, abortion is still legal where you are killing a fetus or a baby, really, because it is a baby, and they still they won't. There was nothing against that, and of course, it's against that now because of the laws we have. So, what do y'all think? You think she was reaching with that one? I thought it was a cute story, uh, but of course, I knew somebody was going to challenge it. You know, in the wake of the Roe v. Wade decision, uh, Unsunken one says I side with the driver on this one. And who knows? She probably was setting it up that way that she could have done that. So y'all say she's reaching. I'm looking at the poll still on Chelsea Lucas, but I'm gonna end it on that. It's still split by 4 votes. 50% say yes, 50% say no. What's up, Danielle? You feel like a lot of more women are going to be driving through the HOV lanes? I mean, we don't even have those here in New Orleans. We don't have any carpool lanes. But Texas, if you go out there, we're going to say happy birthday to, you know, hear me? Happy birthday to Chris Reed. 85, and I'm sure he's going to be enjoying that with the wife, Camille. But I'm gonna wrap it up, guys, because I'm getting late. I want to go work out for a little bit and then do some stuff before work tomorrow and hang out with the fam. But you guys be safe and be blessed. We're gonna have a lot to talk about next week. Please donate to the Cash App if you have not. You see the ticker at the bottom. Support our Patreon. The same as the YouTube channel. All right, can y'all hear me? Sorry, I keep having this issue. Hold on. All right, let's go and get out of here, guys. Please go to I hate this shit. Go to the Patreon, gboot2786. Support me. I'm gonna have some stuff uploading on the Patreon tonight. Comedy video that I did, some stand up on Wednesday. Go to order your Creole seasoning blend at naughty'screoleblends.com. Try it on chicken, meat, or fish. Naughty's goes great with every dish. And also, let's go and you can go to Amazon.com and get The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby Jr. on Kindle. Please go there now, support the channel. All right, guys, of course, it is now time for us to get on out of here. And as we get on out of here, we always got to get on up. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get on up. Very much.
Girl, come on. Gotta dance to the beat, cause on the dance floor is where we'll be. Show me what you got. Gotta feel the groove.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the.
Right now the party's wasted. There's nothing much to do. But once the groove gets started, tell me, what do you have to lose? Just look into my eyes, girl, as we glide across the room. And what to my surprise now, the beat takes hold of you. Now if you're feeling like I'm feeling, so come on baby, let's start dealing. Time to get this party started. Ain't no time for the broken hearted. When the rhythm takes hold of you, there's only one thing left to do. Cause the beat is really moving. Time to get your body moving. Gotta get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the.
Tell the DJ play the whispers. Rock steady in the mood. and fire. Tonight we're gonna groove. Show me how you do the four corners. Electric slide or two. Hit the bus stop, I'll do the bunny hop, baby. It's really up to you. Now if you're feeling like I'm feeling, so come on baby, let's start dealing. Time to get this party started. Ain't no time for the broken hearted. When the rhythm takes hold of you, there's only one thing left to do. Cause the beat is really grooving. Time to get your body moving. Gotta get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up.
Now, 2020 hasn't been the best year of all times. We've been dealing with death, the pandemic, racism, bad policing, and all the bad rhymes. But like Uncle Snoop once said, if you breathe and you achieve. And so, if you're ready, I need you all to get on up. Are you ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Get your butt on the dance floor. 5 and 6 and 7, 8. This jam we appreciate. We're gonna slide and step on the beat. On the dance floor is where we'll be.
Feel the groove, get on the floor.
Get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something.
Feel the groove, get on the floor.
Get on up, baby. Yeah, gotta get on up. Come on, baby, gotta get on up, baby.
Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up.